Greetings, Internet! Welcome back to I guess this is part 4 of my Let's Play for SHank. And today we'll be doing the Meat Plant and the Butcher. This is Matt, the Matt Cat, aka the Solo Gamer. And let's get started. And there we go. That would be the nice load screen. I do love the music in this game. It's an old school, like, Western style. Even the animation's a little Western style.
Eva! Eva! Eva!
Ah, that didn't last long. Seriously, dude. You just killed like half the planet's population. This dude took you down in 2 hits. I mean, I know it's a flashback, but dude, man up. But at least now we understand why SHank has a major hate-on for that dude. And someone took a shot at me. They're gonna get hurt for that. This is where the game really starts to show its real chops as far as an action platformer goes. This level has amazingly good platforming and some of the best fighting sections in the game. And that deals with them. And switching over to the shotgun. And already you can see the platform kicking in. One of the reasons I really like this level on the train is that they ramp up effectively to the big showdown. Oh, come on, Matt. Need more height on that. There we go. Now you'll no doubt notice that already this level's going vertical. And that's going to be a big theme here, is you're going to have a lot of up and down in this level. And that dude just took a piece of glass to the face. Ow. Although admittedly, with most of the guys I've fought, they either take blades, larger blades, chainsaws, or in that case a shotgun to the face or chest. Don't fall, that would be bad. Alright, now here's where you start to see some of this cool platforming. Quick sequence of transferring from one enemy to the other, one platform to the other, and then tossing the bad guys into the grinders down below, like those. Sadly, this game isn't set up so you see them get diced, but otherwise it's still pretty cool. Oh, and hey, check it out, rats! I can kill the rats! And there's some more doggies too, apparently. Again, I do not like the dogs in this game. I got nothing against dogs or cats or animals in real life, but the dogs in this game are a real pain. As you'll no doubt notice, I'm not actually doing those counter blows at all because I'm never able to react fast enough. I'm much more of a conservative player. Now, you'll no doubt notice that the game is constantly shifting its colors and tones here. We were in bright sunlight, now we're in, dimly lit rooms with bright spotlights. And in a moment, as the round shifts, you're going to notice that we're in, cold, frozen darkness. Though admittedly, it's surprisingly bright in there. Now, you'll notice that as I'm fighting these guys, I'm playing it very much just close combat, trying to keep them pinned down. You want to avoid getting cornered, because unlike the train, there isn't as much room that you can use to dodge or duck in certain areas. You're usually on thin or narrow platforms and don't have room to move. And I do apologize that that section is so dark, but we're getting out of it now. A little bit of fancy wall running, and jumping up here, and vertical jumping to get the booze. And ignore him if you want, but you can just shoot him. But you cannot reach that platform as you saw. So just keep moving. And now it's time for a shadow fight. I do kind of like these. These are neat, like, sort of trick visuals where in reality you're still looking at the same stuff, but they've simply taken the light out so all you see is the silhouette. Which is a neat visual effect. When I do a Let's Play for the second game, that's one of the things that was missing from it, was some of these more unique styles. That being said, I still think the second game is actually even better than this one, and I absolutely love this one. My only complaint about the second game is, you know, that it's not as long, but other than that, I absolutely enjoyed it. And sucks to be the big dude who just took a shotgun to the face. Okay, I'm not gonna take that sitting down. You take a trip. Ah, here we go. Into the frozen meatpacking plant. This is one of the coolest parts of the level because up until now you've been in what was essentially just regular industrial. Now it's almost like you're in, you know, frozen Antarctic building or something. Come on, get up so I can finish the job. Now, I thought that would have killed him from the fall, but he actually survives. And I thought that would have killed him because it would have sent him to the grinders, but it didn't. See? Okay, he dies for that. There we go. Now, you'll notice that as I'm getting through this level, the platforming becomes more present and the enemies are becoming less frequent. And that's actually the way the level goes, is that you're mostly dealing with, you know, a couple groups of small enemies followed by a couple of platforming sections. Lather, rinse, repeat, so to speak. And that dude's fallen a long way to his death, apparently. And as you can see, that was absolute luck. I managed to pull myself out of that death fall without even missing a beat. Now this guy's already dead, plus I throw him to his death. So if he wasn't dead before, he's sure as heck dead now. Hi! He's dead. And he's out of it too. And now we leave the frozen section, and we get into the actual meatpacking plant again. And this is where it starts getting back into the brawling, fighting, slashing, cacking. More or less the stuff you expect a guy named SHank to be involved in. Again, I keep forgetting that the pounces don't work on the big dudes. Any pro SHank players out there, I'm sorry about that. And here we go with a little bit more platforming. Now you'll notice that you can actually run back and forth on this pretty safely without a problem because there's actually nothing to kill you down below. There we go. Now, here's where I think you have a couple more platforming sections and then we get to the butcher. Yeah. Here's the butcher.
Still living the dream. Hey, butcher. SHank.
That's right,
you
jerk.
Now, friend, but I want you to hear her scream.
No, SHank!
You know, I somehow find it a bad idea to antagonize a guy whose primary job was mafia hitman.
I tell you, she was one sweet ride, all fighting for her life and shit.
Yeah, that wasn't smart. Now, the butcher's not a big challenge. It's mostly about learning how to deal with him. You'll notice that there's a couple of pigs hanging from the ceiling. Your biggest job is to try and shoot them so they drop down in his path. Once they're down, you just want to get out of his range and keep chip damaging him. And get him to get near one of them and bust out the chain. The moment he gets the chain out, you can strangle him with rapid X presses. And he's not going to be able to dodge that so long as the pig's in the way. If the pig isn't in the way, you are in trouble, because that chain will hurt like a you-know-what. Got him again. Now, the Butcher's one of those bosses that the first time you fight him, you probably won't know how to deal with him. But after you fought him once, he's just no challenge. Keep moving. Here it comes. And see, that chain will hurt. If you can get him to drop one of those pigs, or catch one with the hook, you can actually end him pretty quick. Just gotta get one more blow. There we go, that's it. Now, I'll be honest, I can imagine there's probably worse ways to die, but I have a hard time imagining one right off the top of my head. I mean, not only getting strangled and hung, and he somehow survives that, but then there's this. Yeah, yelling at me is a good idea. And now his spine is snapped. And I don't like to think about where he's headed anymore. Now we head into the red light district. Ooh, she's hot.
So that's the little whore?
She's also a bitch, but... deal with her in the next section. It's Cassandra.